Welcome to the LCUS Split 4. Technical difficulties abound due to streaming issues and all that fun stuff. Just be sure to know that Jeff and I were very charming um, for the first 5 minutes you missed.
But we used it all up, so unfortunately,
Yeah,
we
there,
just
there,
have
there
to
is there
let
is no
the video
charm
go now.
anymore. The charm is all gone.
But for those of you well, all of you that weren't able to hear before, we do have two former champions here in the LCUS facing off in the opening match. So in for a treat, I would certainly hope. A lot of players in new roles, a lot of players on new teams. What are your thoughts on this first matchup?
Well, like we were saying before when no one could hear us, Ace being an ADC is very interesting. Definitely different sorts of bans than you would expect to see against Ace, since Ace was in the mid lane for much of the LCUS previously. Mid lane shaken up a little bit as well, I think. I don't know how option 12 is aligned here based on the summoner spells, but they may be correcting those as we finally get into the real picks. But yeah, I mean, interested to see how all the new players work out. New returning players, new roles, all sorts of fun stuff like that. But we do still have Hohenheim in the mid lane on Anivia.
Anivia got through, as we were talking about before. Anyone could hear us, unfortunately. But yeah, Anivia a force, particularly on a player like Hohenheim. So we'll see if option 12 regrets letting that pick through. Oriana, presumably going to be the counter in the mid lane, a very safe mid laner. So maybe just hoping to wave clear and stand up to that pick early on.
Yeah, I mean, because Ace was really the only one in the previous splits of the LCUS that could deal with Anivia. Because as anyone new to the LCUS is aware, these are silver, gold league players. So it's basically play whoever you want, do well, and Anivia has been doing very well.
Yeah, we are not slaves to the pro meta here. There's lots of fun things that come out.
All right, so it looks like
we have a Nocturne in the jungle.
yeah, it looks like Prowler is jungle instead of mid, with Lismakis in the mid lane. But we do have Greatbeard of Odin on his favorite one of his favorite top laners, so that'll be exciting to see in the opening game here. And Ashway is very good on that Morgana, so option 12's team is looking pretty solid.
Yeah, and we've got Darian, known for his tank play, his team fighting on that Galio. So it seems like an appropriate champion for him. I haven't actually seen him play that much in the past, but just based on his play style, it seems like it should work. I'm excited to see Goon Stomp on Lee Sin. Goon Stomp played AD carry last split, but he's a very gifted mechanical player, and Lee Sin is a hell of an exciting character to watch.
Absolutely, yeah, and like you predicted, they did ban the Maokai on Darien as well at the end there, just to keep that away from him, which I'm sure is a great idea for this first first go through.
Yeah, I mean it's week one with all these players and new roles and new teams, so you just have to work on the information you had from the last split, and you kind of just have to learn as you go now, as we go into split 4.
Right. Yeah. First week to feel out, and going through a bit of the intro that we did before things didn't work out. We do have 7 teams still, with another bye week situation here. So we do have Gale Forces on the bye week. Hopefully, got some Gale Force people in the chat right now. Not that I can see any of that. And just looking to see how these first couple of teams with their shuffling balancing out. Hopefully they've been practicing, of course, to get a feel for their new roles, new positions. And I'm interested to see how the rotations go. I mean, obviously we have 2 very rotation-heavy junglers here.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see these two carry junglers essentially coming out early on.
Yeah, looking to see if the Nocturne ends up doing much ganking pre-6, or if he just decides to stay back, farm a little bit, get that diving ultimate that everyone loves so much.
There isn't too much gank assistance pre-level 6 on the side of option 12 unless you land a binding
Well,
early on in the bottom lane.
Ashway is good at that.
Yeah, sure. But I think one thing people forget about a lot of the time with Nocturne is that he can be a very powerful duelist in the early levels with that passive damage, the Duskbringer. If you're standing on it, you can lose a lot of health to a Nocturne in about 2 seconds
Hmm.
early on. It can catch you by surprise. We do have TARDIS on a very comfortable pick on that Alistar
Yeah.
as well. I believe that that's a champion that TARDIS is very, very frequently put on.
Oh yeah, frequently put on and frequently excelled with, especially with Port Swimmer on that Ash. The slow, I'm sure, will help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Lot
Yeah,
of,
so a lot of. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say a lot of slows, a lot of CC coming out of Phoenix in this game
Yeah,
one. Not to mention having their mascot and the bird.
yep, was about to say the exact same thing. A lot of CC coming through on the side of Phoenix. At the same time, option 12, they're not too lacking. Most of the CC is going to be coming from Greatbeard of Odin and Ashaway. But if you get a good shockwave, that can certainly change fights. Ace on that Caitlyn, Marcus on that Oriana. So if it gets to late game, the damage from those two characters is just unbelievable.
Absolutely. And we're going into our skin showdown sponsored by Nero. If you like using skins in League of Legends, you may also like dressing up in real life. Nero LARP is a live action role playing that has chapters all over the US. Visit nerolarponline.com for more information.
Sounds like a good time.
And we will see if these skins are any good. Team Spirit Anivia. That's good. Get,
uh, I like it.
getting,
Appropriate for week one.
getting the team up for it. And there's Ace, once again with no skin. He'd been doing so well, but he's slacking in his new position.
He thinks he's faker now. He's too cool for skins.
I like option 12 skin lineup, I think.
Yeah. Other than the Team Spirit and Nivea, I'm not too impressed by Phoenix's
I mean, I
selections.
think bot lane for Phoenix, they're coordinated at least a little bit.
That's fair.
But you know,
I
you
think Dark Oriana is
yeah,
cool.
you got a lot of really good skins. You got Dark Oriana, Mecha Zero Scion, uh, the Eternium Nocturne's all right too. Makes him look kind of weird.
A
But I mean, like
little
the
extra spooky.
right, exactly. But then you got just Lee Sin. He took his shirt off. Wow, great skin, guys.
I think that Lee Sin skin has more muscle in his lower elbow than I do in my entire arm.
Well, we're not here to judge you, Jeff. We're here to judge the players.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Also here to judge the game not loading in.
Yeah, it's a little slow right now.
Taking a minute. Not sure who to blame. Let's just blame Ace for his lack of skin again. All right, here we go. And speaking of going in, our first game here is brought to you by Foster Adventure. Foster Adventure enhancing the lives of teens in care by funding social, athletic, and educational opportunities and items that give a sense of normalcy to teens in care. They promote friendship, life skills, higher education, and hope in their future. You can donate at fosteradventure.org or using the orange badge on the page.
Sounds like a good organization.
It does. Helps out a lot of people. All right. Got the scoreboard up. We're all set to roll here.
So here we go. Any expectations of early aggression from either
Does
of these
it,
teams?
it doesn't look like it. I don't really think their team comps, either of them, really support it that much.
Mm-hmm. No
Um,
blitzkrieg.
right. No Blitzcrank. A Morgana snare could get something done, but when you have someone like an Alistar who could really interrupt a lot of this, any sort of aggression that way, and the other way, there isn't too much in the way of initiation at level 1, so I don't think that we have to worry too much about Phoenix doing anything weird.
Oh, I wasn't worried about it. I was hoping for it. Love me some early action, but yeah, you ended up being absolutely correct. Both teams just gonna start on their respective bottom side jungles.
And of
Top
course,
laners
we are in
hanging out.
the space event right now, so the minions look a little weird.
So where do you expect early jungle pressure to go? Oh, Hohenheim landing a flash rock right away.
Well, I guess it depends how many. Oh, I should rotate the pictures before someone freaks out about it. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on where the focus comes from. I mean, Lismakis already around half health, three-quarters health, though Hohenheim as well. We'll just have to see how willing the teams are to do any sort of engagement. I mean, Goonstomp, obviously, Lee Sin can be a little more aggressive early than Nocturne can. Especially since he is already up here in this top lane area. Not a lot of vision down yet either.
Yeah, I think he was just getting the Scuttle Crab up there, so not looking for a gank yet. Oh, but down in the bottom lane, Prowler is already coming in, and Port Swimmer is very far up. But Ashaway and Ace are still only level 1, so they can't really help too much there. Port Swimmer flashes, and I'm not sure if he needed to, but better safe than sorry, perhaps. Ashaway does land the bind there, and now...
Oh, another bind landed. See?
Yeah, option 12, they do get to level 2 finally, but a little unfortunate there as Prowler did get behind them, but option 12's bottom lane was just not level 2 yet. Couldn't do much there.
We do have Lee Sin counter jungling, stealing the other red buff.
And he is well behind Greatbeard of Odin right now. Ward just came down in the River Brush, but that will not find him, and Darian is going to get the taunt down onto him. That's a lot of damage. Greatbeard of Odin could be in a lot of trouble. He flashes. The Q does land. Does he go in? No, the shield comes up. I think that will keep him alive for now. Darian, what are you doing, my friend? Oh my goodness, so much aggression, and Greatbeard of Odin flashes the taunt afterward. Prowler trying to trade back onto Goonstomp, who's forced to flash away, but Darian just going so hard for that there.
Yeah, had a little bit of a stream delay there, but action helping out there. And getting the first blood on that Scion is really dangerous for them, because Greatbeard of Odin knows how to take advantage of that.
Hohenheim, another Flash Frost onto Makis. We're seeing why people try to keep that character away from him. At the same time, he's pretty low on mana, so Makis can be relatively safe here.
A lot of damage on LNZ in the bot lane as well.
We're trying to trade back. He does manage to dodge the Q of Ace. Otherwise, that could have been a painful situation.
Yeah. Ashway very low on mana, getting a lot of that aggressive Qs that are really helping establish this presence in lane. Though, good job for Port Swimmer staying up in the CS.
So right now, with that dive from Darian, man, I mean, just maybe a damage miscalculation?
Probably. I mean, it's sometimes hard to tell with Scion.
Prowler and Goonstomp are going to run right into each other, and Prowler could be in a lot of trouble. Oh, the Q does miss. Does he have a ward to hop? He does. He gets in, but Makis is here for the shield, and now Goonstomp could be in trouble. He has no flash from that previous engage in the top lane. He smites the Rift Scuttler for some health, but he does go down. Prowler gets the kill, but now he is in a lot of trouble. Darian is going to finish him off. No, the flash away. Teleport in from Odin. And option 12 up 2-0.
Really good smite play there by Goonstomp, though.
Yeah, good job to keep himself alive for just a moment longer. Not quite enough.
But if it had been enough, it would have been really cool.
Absolutely. So an early 1,200K gold lead for option 12. Oh, a flash in from Tardis. He's looking for Ace. He gets the Ignite down, but Ace is able to kite away. He should live through this, and Ashaway will actually pick up the kill onto Tardis. So some over-aggression from the Alistar down there, and burn both summoner spells.
A lot of support mains now feeling very happy. It's like, yeah, that's how you do it, Ashway. Secure that kill.
And Port Swimmer just barely lived through that situation as well. So option 12, they're coming out on the stronger foot of just about every single altercation on Summoner's Rift so far in this, the opening match of Split 4 of the LCUS.
And you see, Lismakis, if you had just gone Karthus, you could have secured that kill.
Hey, at least everybody's playing tanks. I know how that bothers you.
Well, yes. It's nice to see.
Or not everybody, but at least both have 8.
They have tanks, they have CC, so I'm not that angry. I'm just thinking, you know, man, could have killed that Ashe. Well.
Some Requiem.
Alright, Darian with very little mana up in the top lane. Getting bullied there by that Scion significantly. Was at a 20-point CS deficit. Prowler coming mid.
Paranoia not yet available. Lands the Dustbringer, but Hohenheim still has the Rebirth available, so I think he should be fine. Odin comes in with the ultimate, but overall that's much ado about nothing. Hohenheim flats his wings away, and and he'll just wait for the wave under his tower.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. They probably could have waited a second for Odin to actually get into position.
Yeah, maybe a little early on the trigger finger. In the bottom lane, Ace has slowly built up a 13 CS lead. Want to give credit certainly to Ashaway with the zoning bindings. That's probably created much of this lead.
Yeah, the only 2 CS really doesn't show how much of an impact she's been having. Ooh.
Oh, Prowler could be in trouble here, though. He wanders right into both Hohenheim and Gunsam. He gets walled out. That's an easy kill for the Anivia.
Dragon is still available. No one's gone for that yet. Cloud Drake first here.
It's a Cloud Drake. No one cares.
Could be worse if it was a Earth Drake. We might never see it die. Alright. Ace, still a little low, but getting some pokes in, using that superior Caitlyn range. Lightning quick Black Shield there. Doesn't do too much, but softened a little damage, and that's what counts.
Yeah. A little bit fortunate for option 12 there with Prowler getting caught that Port Swimmer didn't manage to get involved with the kill there, so no little influx of gold in the lane.
Prowler losing his red buff again.
And Gunsop takes the Blast Cone over to safety, so a successful invade there. Port Swimmer is taken very low, and here comes the Ace in the hole. Tardis will block it, but will get rooted up. Can they get the trap down? If they do, it could be a kill. Yes, there's the headshot damage. Well done from Ace and from Ashway for landing yet another binding. A 2v2 kill in the bottom lane for option 12.
Looked as though Lismakis and Prowler might have been thinking about going in on Hohenheim, but they changed their minds about it. Darien, meanwhile, once again, living his life of being down 1,000 kills.
Interrupt on the knockup there, at least for Darien. But yeah, down 32 CS already at 9 minutes. Oh my goodness, another big hit onto Port Swimmer in the bottom lane.
Well, as we know, Darien does not need CS to do things. So.
Yeah, very, very good team fighting top laner.
Both sides waiting for the other to make a move here. Prowler's about to get caught again.
In the top lane. Oh boy, here comes the heroic entrance from Darien. It will not land, but a nice kick sends him back, and I think he will go down. Oh, nice job by Prowler to use the paranoia as almost an escape there. He finishes off the killer, helps Odin to do so, and also gets away from Darien with that ultimate.
Ace, meanwhile, very low in the bot lane. Surprised they haven't tried to take advantage of that, but they are up against the turret. Lismakis.
Walls up. He actually flashes away from the Flash Frost that I'm not sure he had to, but forces the flash back from Hohenheim with the Shockwave.
That was a really good angle of that flash, though. Flashing toward, doing an offensive flash to get out and also scare Hohenheim away.
Yeah, ends up being a trade of flashes. The Shockwave goes down as well.
I mean, for all that Hohenheim dominates in lane, Lismakis has been holding his own very well.
Yeah, I mean, the Orianna has always been such a neutral, safe pick in the mid lane. Very good in such a variety of matchups.
We do have Greatbeard of Odin with that red buff now, due to the kill on Lee Sin.
That can be annoying when your lane opponent gets a buff like that. It's just a little bit of damage you're not expecting, a little bit of an added factor.
Especially when it's...
See right there, Darien taking a little bit of damage. He might not have gotten hit by that knockup if not for the slow.
Right, yeah. Someone like Sion, who is so built around having slows, getting that additional on his melee hits is so powerful.
Absolutely. So option 12, they have started up that Cloud Drake that I was ridiculing earlier for its lack of importance. Goonstomp is nearby. Not sure if he'll go for the steal here. To do so, I think he would certainly be giving away his life, and he didn't have vision anyways, so secured by Prowler with a solid smite. Option 12, 2.6k gold lead at 11 minutes, and now a dragon. Darien could be in trouble up here. He is relatively low, but Greatbeard of Odin going to pull off the chase.
Darien is using Galio's abilities in a really intelligent way to stop most of what Greatbeard of Odin has been doing.
Oh boy, Lismakis could be in trouble in the mid lane. Sorry for interrupting.
No, it's fine.
Big chunk out of the Orianna.
We do have Goonstomp trying to get something done here, maybe.
And the Black Shield is down, and Enchanted Crystal Arrow is available. So if Team Phoenix are aware of that, looks like option 12 are aware because they are sending 2 members down here. Could have a 4-man gank in the bot lane, although they will get spotted by a ward right there.
Yeah, a lot of good warding coming out of Phoenix in this first game. Catching Prowler a couple of times, catching these rotations.
Hohenheim able to shove in a wave in the mid lane, taking advantage of Marcus rotating down that river.
So we'll have to see who makes the next move here. I think the top lane is where something's going to have to give here. Because Odin is just relentless right now.
Another binding into trap combination. That's a ton of damage down onto Tardis. Goonstomp is back, and he has not been spotted.
1,000 wards.
Oh boy! Nice flash from Ace to get away from the headbutt pulverize, but he does get hit by the arrow. Could be in trouble. Tardis is very low as well, though, and I think he may drop to the Soul Shackles. Ace goes down. Teleport coming in from Marcus. He is down there, but he is just not going to be able to finish. Oh, there's a big shockwave. Nice heal from Portsmouth. May keep his jungler alive. No, and now he will get chased down as well. So a huge play from Marcus to come down to that bot lane. I thought he wasn't going to be able to get anything done. He gets a ton done, and it's a 3-for-1 trade. And there's more action up in the top river. Prowler getting on to Hohenheim. He will knock him into the egg form, and Hohenheim has no flash. I think he's absolutely dead to rights here. Nice timing on the knockup from Greatbeard of Odin. Darien comes in, but I don't think there's anything he can do to help this situation. A 4-for-1 across the map. Option 12 in great shape in game 1.
Really good job by Hohenheim stopping the first ultimate that was coming at him from the choo-choo train. But unfortunately it wasn't enough because walls don't stop Nocturne.
Yeah, Hohenheim doing his best to survive that situation, but without the flash, there was just no hope of getting out of that situation alive. 2 bruisers running at you. And in the bot lane, I like the proactivity from Team Phoenix, but just they were behind on that play. The teleport in from Marcus in the first place. Pretty simple turnaround from option 12 in the end.
Yeah, we've been seeing Option 12 has been doing a lot of the teleport play. They are generally very good with it. And Phoenix has not been taking advantage of that. They do have 2 teleports on their team. Both are up. Seeing Lismakis teleport into one of those fights in the bot lane might be good.
An interesting play from Goonstomp here. He just walks right through Ace.
2 ultimates burned.
Damage. Now Tardis is rooted up. He's going to go down easily. A free kill. Ashaway finding those bindings like they're a point-click ability right now. And I didn't even mention that option 12 got first turret as well. Now Hohenheim has been trapped up. There is no ace in the hole available, but he will have this seed wave control here. And option 12 may just get the mid turret as well.
Ash rotating. Looks like they're willing to... Ooh, big
a duel in the jungle. Prowler and Darien facing off, but Goonstomp is here, and he may be able to punish Prowler for a little bit of over-aggression. Flash away, but a nice flash in. Marcus took down Ash in the mid lane as well, though. There's action all over the place. And the mid lane turret does drop. Greatbeard of Odin is looking to run down Goonstomp. And now pings onto the Rift Herald.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Prowler decided to take that fight in the jungle. Obviously, you had to suspect that he was going to be getting help, and it wasn't just going to be a 1 versus 1.
Yeah, just a little bit of a hubris, perhaps, there from the Nocturne, feeling confident with how things are going for your game, but you have to know that help is probably going to arrive from the opposing side sooner since you're in their jungle. But in the end, option 12 still in complete control of this game. 6,500 gold up. They've sent their bot lane up to the top lane to try to finish off the outer ring of turrets.
Yeah, Lismakis very commanding right now with a 6.3k gold in his pocket. Next closest isn't even at 5.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 3-0 stat lines on 3 different members of option 12 at this point.
Top lane.
0-4 on that Alistar. And they're going all in for Darien, and they just wreck him. Ashaway getting another kill. Support carry is in, my friends. Tell your friends. Prowler again using the paranoia to get out of a sticky situation. Gets over the wall with it and then just runs away through the other jungle.
Ash Arrow also missed, so wasn't able to lock down Lismakis or Prowler there.
And option 12, they're just getting a free push in the top lane with this Caitlyn. This is what you want to do in the mid game with this champion. Before you can get to that 2-3 atom power spike, just knock down turrets. Use that range. Abuse the trap line. And they're doing it well.
Rotation comes too late, and most of the champions coming over are half health, so it wouldn't help too much anyway. Prowler looking to pick somebody off. Does find Ash, but Goon Stomp is right there. Goon Stomp thinking about it. Nope.
I'm with you. So if you're Team Phoenix right now, you are so far behind. What does your plan have to be here?
Well, I would think that you're trying to find a couple of pickoffs, not go so far forward.
Oh boy.
They're trying a little too hard to engage, I think. I think they're trying to find those pickoffs, but they're doing it in a far more aggressive way than they can afford to be, being down 8,000 gold.
Oh boy, Port Swimmer is caught out. He gets destroyed by Greybeard of Odin. Assist goes over to Prowler and Ashaway. Feels bad when you are just an AD carry trying to get a little bit of farm.
Yeah, moving as a unit and trying to get some pickoffs. Like, Greybeard of Odin right now, obviously he has almost 3,000 health, but if Ash was still alive, you get Icebird on that. Those two could probably take Odin out.
Is he looking for a steal? He's forced away by Greybeard of Odin. Hohenheim is now trapped between the entire team. Another binding from Ashaway. Should I even announce that she's hitting these? We can just assume it at this point. Darian jumps in with a heroic but unsuccessful entrance. And it's a 3-0 and another Drake over to option 12. A dominating performance here.
Yeah, some of Darian's ults also been a little too late. The two times we've seen them, either no one's been in range, or 3 times I guess, either no one's been in range or they've come after his target has died. So being a little more predictive on those would probably help, like a Shen ulting before the fight, just before the fight starts, rather than just before your target dies.
Yeah, and you wonder how much of that has to do with the fact that these are new rosters put together. These players might not be used to playing with one another. Ace is going to get a solo kill here in the bot lane. Nice flash on the arrow. Oh, he doesn't actually get the last shot down, but he's not even afraid of Goon Stomp here in a 2v1 situation. Ace doing his double lift impressions. Split pushing as an AD carry, but doing it pretty well at this point.
Alright, so they know where Prowler is, and this is one of the situations they need to take advantage of. You got Darian, you've got Hohenheim, make something happen here with this very vulnerable jungler, who obviously is 3-2 and 3, but, you know, I mean, you can still take him out.
Yeah, I mean, between Anivia walls, Lee Sin kicks, Ashe arrows, Alistar, you have pick potential still. You can find people who are overextending, and Prowler has been doing that a couple of times. A couple nifty escapes with the paranoia, but eventually, if you test fate too many times, you might get burned.
Goon Stomp might find himself in trouble here. It's only Greybeard of Odin in position, though, so he's mainly looking for the steal, I think. No, out of range.
Oh, boy! Oh, my god, he got it with the shout! Oh! Goon Stomp, I think, trying to hand it over to Port Swimmer, so let it sit for a little while longer, didn't smite.
That might have been within vision range as well. Oh, another good ice wall.
Paranoia comes out. I'm not sure if it was just a defensive one. Prowler didn't go in and wasn't very close to the fight. But in any case, Darian is just getting melted. Big shockwave onto Hohenheim and Goon Stomp. Here comes Ace in the hole. Gonna get blocked out by Tardis. But now he is rooted up, and he is just gonna get CC chained into stake. The cow is gone. The Rift Herald is here. And this could end up being an inhibitor on this push.
It probably will be, I would think. We'll have to see what happens. Hohenheim is very low. I can't imagine Egg is up. Egg is not up yet. Goon Stomp at half health.
Oh my gosh, Ashaway. Another binding, another kill. 609 on this Morgana now, and it will be an inhibitor. Rift Herald is still going. Goon Stomp goes in. He's just sick of seeing this happen, but I don't think there's anything he can do about this. Makis going to try to chase onto him. Darian shows up with the taunt, at least to zone Makis away. Now Tardis goes in for Flash Pulverize, and I think the Team Phoenix have accepted their fate at this point. They are just trying to get a little bit of pride and a little bit of gold back.
Does get 2 kills.
Ashaway. Yeah, actually, they get a little bit back there. How often do you see an 800 gold shutdown onto a support? That's what they just got out of Ashaway.
I guess
now I think option 12 knows they've stayed a little too long. They get the pick onto Ace.
That
There's
combo.
potential we were talking about, but 12,000 gold and an inhibitor down at 22 minutes. I'm not sure, but I would, if I was a betting man, I would say it's too little, too late.
It might be too little, too late, but I mean, if the NFL has taught us anything, comebacks are a thing that can happen.
Yeah, just need your quarterback to come back on one leg.
Yeah,
Make it work.
exactly. So who would be in this situation the one-legged quarterback that Phoenix needs to turn to?
I mean, logically, I would say Hohenheim. He's on his faithful Anivia pick. We all know how Anivia can stall out games with that wave clear so annoyingly. That memorable CLG EU versus Moscow 5 game where they were down 30,000 gold and somehow won.
I think that Goonstomp might be a contender for that as well, though. If he gets enough gold under his belt, he can pick off the squishies.
Yeah, another Dark Binding from Ashaway. You can't even walk within half a screen of this Morgana at this point without getting punished for it.
Infernal is the next Drake to come up, so that would be...
Goonstomp is behind enemy lines.
Yeah, this... Oh! Dark Binding out of range.
I think option 12 might want to pause here. There was a bug with that Morgana binding. It did not hit.
Could be a problem.
In any case, option 12 starting up the Baron now, and for me it would be very difficult for Phoenix to contest this. Hohenheim's going to go check it out, but Maka's going to easily be able to zone him away. They do have teleport coming in from Darien here. So there are 4 members of Team Phoenix in this area. Prowler is alone on the Baron right now, and it's only at half health, so I think option 12, maybe a little bit of a split call here. Some members seeming that they want to turn, others staying on it, and they do get a kill onto Prowler. Ashaway all alone in the middle. Greatbeard of Odin has shown up now, finally. Gonna ult in, but now he's all alone. Ace is on the side, but he's walled off by Hohenheim. Can they get the shutdown on Greatbeard of Odin? That would be a lot of gold. They are still so far behind, though, and if Marcus and Ace get into this fight, Phoenix will melt under their damage. Ace is getting slowed by Port Swimmer, but he's out of mana. The dissonance chunks him out, and I think this fight will diffuse at this point, although Phoenix, they look like they want more. Be careful what you wish for, my friends. Darien gets the flash taunt down onto Ace. They do take him down, so only 2 kills onto that Caitlyn, but it's nice to get her off the map.
Yeah, that pick on Ace was what they were going for, and it's good to back off here. Something worth noting, a little bit of a misplay there by Ashaway. She did her her hourglass before ulting. If she had ulted before the hourglass, that would have been a very different fight.
Absolutely. So option 12, still comfortably ahead, but a little bit of a misstep there. We saw a little bit of an overextension in the push a couple of minutes ago. Tardis is going to jump in, gets the pulverize down onto Ashaway, who may be in trouble again. Flash is available. Soul Shackles comes out, but there's no hourglass this time. But Maka shows up and just wrecks both Port Swimmer and Goonstomp with the damage. Ashaway gets the shutdown onto Darien. Easy Infernal Drake. Stabilized play from option 12 after a couple shaky things before.
Ashaway getting some revenge there since Darien's the one that killed her the first time.
So option 12, the only criticism I could have for them so far is that it seemed on that Baron call they were a little split. Prowler stayed on it for a long time by himself while it looked like the rest of the team wanted to turn. But in any case, they're going to get the Baron now. They ended up getting an Infernal Drake out of it. All's well that ends well.
Yeah, coordination, especially this early on in the LCUS, is something you can't really get without a lot of practice.
Absolutely. Not used to your teammates, but they're making it work.
All right, we're at a 15k gold lead now. One Nexus turret is almost gone. Inhibitor is back up. So we'll see what they decide to do here. I would think just grouping and pushing down mid. You've got 2 champions with 7 and very low deaths.
Yeah, one slight side effect from that earlier Baron fight is that Odin did have to use his teleport. So they might be a little bit more hesitant to set up a 1-4. But at the same time, I think that the 4-man squad of option 12 could even 4v5 at this point with the gold advantage they have. And they did send Odin down to the bottom lane. The rest of the team might be heading down that way as well. Or no, they're staying in mid.
They did send Darien down to contest on this Scion, so we'll see if he's able to do that.
And both of these top laners, who are in the bottom lane currently, have ways of joining fights from distance. Certainly easier for a Galio to get there than a Scion. Easier to navigate the route. But at the same time, if a Galio starts to channel that heroic entrance in sight, Scion can easily just stop him.
And Prowler's
Prowler
here
in
to
the bot
bully.
lane now. Oh, and here goes Great Beard of Odin. They just jump in onto this Galio. Not tanky enough at this point. So far behind in gold. 86 farm.
That is
Not
two
gonna get the
ults
job
blown on Darien though, so that may play a factor. We'll have to see. It looks as though
we're
Phoenix
about
is
to
giving
see-
up.
Yeah, 2 inhibitors about to be down. Hohenheim gets a good chunk onto Prowler, but Ace is stepping forward. He's feeling confident. They jump in, a big pulverize from Tardis, and they actually get Ace down right away. But Goonstomp is going to drop to a final auto from Lismakis. Prowler gets in onto Hohenheim. Can't quite finish him off. A double kill for Makis, and Beard of Odin is just zoning off Hohenheim at this point. There's so many minions onto the Nexus turrets. I think this could be it. Redemption should give them the health they need to feel confident and finish off this game 1.
Yeah, this Baron buff is doing so much with the siege minions. It doesn't even matter if they're attacking or not. The siege minions are doing all the work for him. And Odin is so tanky, it's absolutely insane. Almost 5,000 health.
Pings. Yeah, a ton of retreat pings coming out from option 12 there. So just playing this one very carefully. They get both of the Nexus turrets down. They have a huge wave in the top lane that may be able to take down that turret as well. Yes, absolutely. So we'll probably see triple inhib and no Nexus turrets here. If Phoenix wanted to try a last fight, it would be right now, but no, they're just gonna try to clear out the minions. It is a 18k gold lead. It's academic at this point.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I would agree with you, but I mean, we've seen what an impact Alonzi's Alistar can make. They almost turned that fight around there by the bottom inhibitor.
Sure. At the same time, it's almost scary, though. When you get a 3-man pulverize, you insta-kill the AD carry on the opposing team, and you still lose the fight.
Right. Well, that's because
you can't really hope for a better fight opening than that.
It's because Ace doesn't have any of the gold. Ace is the lowest gold player right now. Everyone else has more gold than him. The support has more gold than him. Which, you know...
This has been support carry game.
Right, you know, this isn't to say that Ace is doing a terrible job, it's just that he hasn't been getting the kills.
Well, Darien has been getting the kills, and they jump in now onto Port Swimmer. Paranoia is just going to wreck him. Makis gets the kill credit. Another double kill for Ashway. If this Morgana gets up to double-digit kills here, I'll be very excited. Looks like Hohenheim won't give them the opportunity, but that's all right. 9-15 on support Morgana, 7-0-13 for Odin in the top lane, and 10-0-12 for Makis. What a performance from option 12, taking game 1 in convincing fashion.
Yeah, very dominating performance there. Let's hop over to the stats screen that we got here. Check out some graphs. Alright, damage to champions. That's a lot of Orianna damage. Right there. Everyone else more or less in the range as you'd expect. Pretty much equal, actually. Very, very convincing Orianna game. Right.
Yeah, definitely Makis pulling his weight very impressively. We talked about the danger of giving Hohenheim Anivia, but Makis in lane held his own in team fights, made some great plays, big ults. That turnaround in the bottom lane, the teleport play into the double kill, was really the moment where I think option 12 started to cascade into the lead.
Yeah, maybe this will be the this game will be the end of the Anivia fear. We've seen her broken a couple of times now, and maybe we can all go back to living our lives in peace away from the ice bird. But we will take a quick break after that very convincing win and see if Phoenix can turn around in game 2. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.